Hey everybody, welcome back to Bookish Days. I'm Brad, your Sunday, and this week's topic I actually really like, and it is books that we would recommend in X genre, which is where we just pick a genre and we recommend books in it. And I was first going to do dystopian books because I love dystopian, and I thought, well, maybe I'll do paranormal romance. But now that I've actually thought about it, I'm going to do this video for people like me, people who love fantasy and stories that can take them to another place, another universe, and just do something that's totally unrealistic but awesome. So I'm going to do this video dedicated to people who don't really like to read contemporary books. I am not a huge fan of contemporary. I would much rather read a fantasy novel over a contemporary, but this year I've actually really started getting into more contemporary, so if you are like me and you are not a big fan of contemporary books, I would check out these books. So let's just go ahead and get started. Now, this is actually just an author, just in general, and this is Sarah Dessen. I'm reading her books in publication order, and I actually just got done reading Lock and Key, which is her 8th novel. And of course, like I said, I'm reading them in publication order, but if you just want to read one Sarah Dessen novel to try it out instead of, reading them all in publication order, I would start with her 6th book, and that is The Truth About Forever. Now, this is not my personal favorite Sarah Dessen one. My personal favorite is Dreamland, which is her 4th one, but I think that this is the best Sarah Dessen novel to start with. I just have no words for this book. It is absolutely amazing. I love all the characters. I love the message behind it. It's just such an amazing, amazing book. I highly recommend that you check it out. This book was really kind of weird and odd, and I don't think it will be for everyone, but it was for me, and it is Wild Awake by Hilary T. Smith. Now, what I love most about Wild Awake is just the writing style. It's just kind of like poetry. It's so gorgeous, and it's really what made me fall in love with this book. But I also love the characters. I love Kiri, I think that's how you say her name. She was an awesome main character, and the plot behind this book just sounds so awesome. It's kind of part mystery as well, and I really, really enjoyed Wild Awake. The Vincent Boys by Abby Glines. Now, I also really, really love this series. I also read the sequel called The Vincent Brothers, but The Vincent Boys is just so much fun. This is a book that you could easily read in one sitting and just go through. I wish I could have, because I could have just kept reading on with it. I love it. And I just got in her newest novel. It's been out for a while, but it just got republished through Simon & Schuster. It's called Breathe. It's the first novel in the Sea Breeze series. I definitely cannot wait to read that one. Crash by Nicole Williams, and I read this one earlier this year and I fell in love with it. The romance in this book between Lucy and Jude, they are just a huge mess, and it's just so addicting just to read about their relationship and to see if they're really going to make it with their relationship. I really, really like this one. Pushing the Limits by Katie McGarry. This is another one where I just love the characters so much. I love Echo. Like, she was my favorite part of the whole book, Echo was. And I cannot wait to read Dare You To, because Amazon finally got it in. And I cannot wait to read Dare You To. But after reading Pushing the Limits, I think I will read anything Katie McGarry writes. And the last novel is my favorite contemporary novel of all time. Honestly, I do not think that another contemporary novel will ever beat this book out, and it is Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. I love this book. I really want to reread this just because Eleanor and Park together, they are unstoppable and they are amazing. I've been pushing this book onto everybody ever since I read it, and I do not see that stopping anytime soon. Please read this book if you haven't, because I love this book to pieces. Alright guys, so that's all for me this week here on Bookish Days. What are some of your favorite contemporary books? I would love to know, so leave them down in the comments, and I will see you with my next video. Happy reading.